Alright, this game here is called The Hunter, Call of the Wild. Let's just see who's online today here. If anybody. Oh, not much people today. Huh, okay. Hmm. Sometimes I play online. Sometimes I don't. Okay. That was one heck of a... this game has so many great features in it. Now, I'm not a fan of the phone or the tracking system, the way that it's laid out, but it's actually one of the most, well, one of the best looking games out there. And the animal behavior is quite interestingly good. Um, and it's really quite it's really a beautiful, beautiful game. Now you can turn off a lot of the tracking icons, but the crazy thing about that is that the tracks themselves don't show up all that well. Because I turned off everything, and I've turned off everything, and it's pretty much it's very difficult to track. Very, very difficult. It doesn't matter how leveled up you are or whatever the case may be. You just will not be able to follow tracks properly. Very, very difficult. The sounds are wonderful in this game as well. It's very atmospheric. Um, how many are there? Okay. But it's a really well done PC game. Um, Now I have played on Safari map, and it's rather interesting that, I mean, because you actually can die in this game. I've seen myself get mauled by a bear in this game. And it was actually, this here is really a pitiful weapon. It's only pretty much good for like deer itself, but I mean, it'd be nice if the developers were able to add in the um, the effects that are in, like in Red Dead Redemption 2, as far as snow is concerned, and that sort of thing, and mud and all that, because you can follow tracks without any of the icons. I do know the call came from this direction. But the thing is, it's so well done that it's so difficult to spot sometimes. Very, very difficult. Because they could be right in the woods, just like, 30 feet in front of you, and you will not see them. It's really quite impressive. And yet you could host your own server and play on other people's server. Now, as far as anything else is concerned, like shooting another player, I have no idea if you're able to do that or not. But right now, as it stands, this is about the only game. Does that come from this way? And to tag your animal can be really difficult if you don't have, if you don't have, like, the other options turned on. As far as, showing outlines and stuff like that, or of your downed animal, that sort of thing. And the tracking system and stuff like that. Like I said, it's really, really difficult. You can, and sometimes depending on the how badly wounded the animal is. It's on the other side of this rock, isn't it? It's waves of wind blowing. Oh, jeez, that direction. I don't know if that's the spray to... Like I said, these animals can be like, 30 feet in front of you and you won't even see them. If they're in the woods. And their feeding areas and where they sleep, it's all pretty realistic. It's actually one of the best games out there. Like, he could be hiding right in those bushes right there, and I will not see him unless he moves. He blended so well to the environment. Like I said, I had a bear one time. It was actually the very first day that I played it. First game. And I ended up, any tracks? No. Anyway, I was hunting down, I was tracking a deer. And, I ended up, a freaking bear come bursting out of the friggin' woods on me. And I lined up my shot, and I hit him right between the eyes. And that was just a lucky shot. That was not talent at all. And, absolutely not talent. Okay, I may have to spook this guy. I can just figure out where. Get him to run that I can follow his tracks. But you really have to be quiet when you're playing the game too, and that sort of thing. Yeah, see, I could not see. I have heard him, but I didn't see him. That's what I'm saying. I mean, he could be right. He could be right in there, and I won't see him, not unless he moves. And with this piddly rifle here, I shot I was stupid enough to think I could take on a moose with this pea shooter I got here. And I shot him right, I shot the animal square in the head. I mean, really, dead on the side. And I only scratched, like, the bullet must have went, like, ricocheted or whatever off the skull. And I could follow the tracks only for a little bit because the wound does depend on how deadly the wound is and how much blood's being dropped. I went ahead and I lost track of them. There was just no way. And I learned from then on, do not even try to take down a moose with this little gun. Even a deer, like I said, you know, it's best to do a lung shot or get a neck shot where you can kill them almost straight away by severing the back or the spinal cord. And the thing is, you don't get rewarded for wasting the tag and that sort of thing. Like, I don't know what that icon stands for. See if I go into here and in the system. I don't know if it's under display. No. No, not data collection. No, it's not under here either. Or inventory skills. Perks, codex, trophy logs. Well, it's in here anyway. Now this is what I have. I have a piddly rifle, a Ranger, .243. Absolutely pathetic. Thing's only good for, well, small game really. Like, you could take down a deer with it, depending on how you shoot them. And there are different maps. Let's just run and get to that. I want to see what that icon means. Was that my foot? That could be, I don't know what that could be. But there's an animal in the area. Could be a rabbit. There are a bunch of rabbits in the game too. Okay, what was that? What? What's that icon state? I don't know if it's moved on or... That's what I'm saying. And that's the way it is, like in real life, like in really being in the woods. I mean, they could be right there and you're not going to see them. Yeah, he's right here. He's right here. Right in there. That's exactly where he's at. Not too far back in there. Huh? There he is. I'm going to try to put a bullet right down through his chest there. God, you know, I can't. Every time I play this game, I have such a difficult time to pull the trigger because it's so realistic, man. I can't pull this trigger. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't pull the trigger. I would rather stick a camera on this. Attaboy, run. Attaboy, run. Alright, I'm not much of a hunter though. I just can't take an animal's life, not even in the game. This game is so realistic, guys. It's like, see, I used to hunt back when I was a kid. And my first kill was when my dad took me out to a lake, and there was, you know, a duck just floating out in the water. I had a, geez, I can't remember the gauge, the weapon I had. It was a shotgun anyway. I killed the bird, and I'll tell you, it offended me so badly that this bird was just out there doing its own thing, living its life, you know, like we all do, right? And I mean, we had a, and I understand the purpose of why Dad had me do that, you know, but I felt so disgusted that I actually did it. And the thing is, I totally understand the emotion, the thrill of it. I totally understand it. I understand why. Because I cut right into it. I was so excited, you know. And but when I saw what I did to that poor animal, it was I hated myself for that. I really, it took me years to forgive myself for what I did. Because life is life, no matter what. I mean, you know, if you don't respect the life of an animal, then you're not going to respect the life of a human being. And the thing about it too is that, hey, I'm not against hunting. If you need to feed yourself and your family, and you're, you know, and the only way you're going to survive the winter or the summer or whenever, you know, then yeah, you have to kill. And that I don't have a problem with. I would be able to kill, you know, to feed me and my family. Absolutely. Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. But if you got a fridge full of food, you got a bank account full of money, there's no need. You get a McDonald's down the road or wherever, there's no need for you going out and killing things. Now, I do understand that people hunt for the thrill of hunting, but I also, and make the kill, but I also understand that there are people who are like me who do get the thrill out of like tracking and hunting things, right? But allow me to put a camera on this rifle instead of a, you know, and then when I pull the trigger, it takes a snapshot. I've been asking the devs for that for a long time. Look, I said, I even said on the forums, I cannot pull the trigger on the animals here. They're so realistic, and the atmosphere is so realistic, and the woods and the just everything about this game is realistic. And I was saying, could you please add a camera mount? The better the camera, the high def camera. If you want to level a person up so we can buy better gear, then allow them to buy better cameras, you know, and get the best shots possible. And I said I'd rather have that mounted on my rifle, you know, that as soon as I'm looking through the scope at this animal, as soon as I pull that trigger, right, it automatically will take a beautiful shot of it. so I can mount it on my wall saying, look, you know, this is the animal I, one day. And of course I don't get a response because it's like, you know, what are you, a wuss? No, I'm no wuss, but I do have respect for life, regardless if it's an animal or a human being. And the thing is if you're not threatened, if your life is not threatened or the life of your family is not threatened because of starvation, there's no reason for you to hunt. Now, like I said, I enjoy the thrill of the hunt, but I despise the kill. I just do. And because these animals are out here doing what they're doing, you know. And like I said, I'm not knocking hunters or anything like that. I understand the thrill of it. I understand the excitement of making a kill, but once realization set in of what I did, I despise myself for it. I totally despise myself. And there was no need of it, but I understand also why my dad had me do it. Because it's a very important thing for you to face in life. You know, find out what sort of a man you are. Or a woman. I mean, it doesn't matter. Human beings are human beings. If you're male or female, you're a human being. And it's good to be faced with this stuff. You know? Because it does get you to, that's the difference between human beings and animals. Is that we can recognize we can recognize certain things about ourselves, good or bad, and we can make changes to our personalities, to ourselves, and the way we are, for good and bad. And animals can't do that. That I'm aware of, anyway. But see the excitement back there when I spotted that caribou. It was caribou, wasn't it? Anyway, doesn't matter. I got excited. Just the same excitement that I got when I was hunting that duck. Can't really call it hunting the duck. Duck's sitting there. I mean, that's not hunting. But anyway, you know, I got that thrill just when I spotted them. But as soon as I looked at them in the scope here, it was like, no, I can't pull the trigger. I just can't. I would rather, if they didn't want to add in the ability to, you know, rounds being fired or anything like that, well, why not put a laser sight on it? And then show me the graph of where the bullet hit, if it was a kill shot, how long the animal may have lived. You know, and as soon as you take your shot, say the laser hit, it would also take a snapshot, so you have a snapshot of the animal, right? Saying this is where you hit him and stuff like that. You can either claim the photograph or toss it away. You know, but this game is really quite realistic, guys. I'm telling you. Now, of course, you have seen me, you know, shoot deer and anything in like Red Dead Redemption 2 or anything like that. Yeah, but that's not a realistic game. It's not realistic, right? This game is realistic, and the animal behavior is astoundingly good. Very, very realistic. I one time went ahead, back about a year and a half ago maybe. I wasn't in this winter wonderland here, but I came across a bear, and I crawled, like it came to a clearing, and I was laying down on my stomach, crawling out. I pulled my binoculars out to take a good look at him. All I did was sit there and watch him, and his mannerisms, and the way he was just acting, you know. I just laid there watching and watching and watching and watching. And boy, that felt so real, watching an animal. A bear. And it's in the environment. just wonderfully done. And but I wanted to take a snapshot of it and that, but like, you know, I don't know. The dev won't allow me to, or to add in the option to have a camera mount on my rifle. And
you have arrived. Our outposts are no five-star hotels, but they beat sleeping outside. Once you fix the place, you can rest and resupply here anytime.
boy, look at the old snow coming through. What can I do in here? Anything?
Now that you're comfortable, or as comfortable as anyone can be out here, I need you to help one of the other team members, Gunther Baden, at a campsite in Rybatsky Bay. You might have an easier time calling it Fisherman's Bay. We haven't heard from him since the blizzard last week. His last mobile communication said he was low on food. Gear up to hunt deer. Bring hungry Gunther some fresh meat.
Okay, see, now this I can do. I didn't realize this was in the game. Now that I know it's in the game, I will hunt the animals. Because that's my objective, is to save another human being's life. So yes, I will pull this trigger. And I will hunt. No two ways about that. Now I'm ready.
Gunther Baden is our photographer. I tell you, he comes as highly recommended as you, but the truth is he comes very, very cheap. Gunther arrived about a week ago to set up remote cameras all across this region, Ledinoy Bay. He loaded up an ATV with plenty of supplies, but like I said, we haven't heard from him since the storm. It's normal for people to disappear for a few days in the taiga. But Gunther, unlike you, his resume grossly exaggerated his wilderness survival skills. He is more of a passionate amateur than a consummate professional. Thanks for hunting on his behalf.
Okay, here's my cash. I didn't even realize I had this. But that is free. That's a nice little weapon, man. Okay. 6,000 points. Is that what that means? That is what? That's what I have now. That's a 22, man. Is that what that is? Let me see. Is there 22 of our, yeah, for. Yeah, no, I'm not, definitely not gonna do. Polymer tattoo, sweet. Okay. 150 meters for effective range. Okay, what do we have here? I mean, it's really quite a really cool game. See, now I'm excited because now I can hunt because I'm going to bring that fellow his meal. For his meal, I'm going to bring him some decent food. Anyway, folks, this is where this video is going to end. I have something I have to do. And if everything goes well, I'll be making another video right after that. But I thought my first video should actually be explaining to anybody who watches this what sort of a person I am. And what sort of a hunter I am in that sense. Now, like I said, that I found out that I have to make sure this guy is going to live. And now it's given me a license personally for myself inside that I can now hunt. As long as I have to, you know, get food to have a human being live, even though he's a fake human being, you know, he's in a game, then I don't feel so blooming bad. I just saw an icon pop up here. Must have been that. Let's see what happens when I rest. Oh, I can do the time. Okay. 3:25. It's going to be getting dark soon. It's going to cost me 250 just to rest. How much do I have? I'm not even sure what I could do in this. Okay. Anyway, take care, folks. Hope you enjoyed the video. My next video is going to be about me hunting.